Welcome back. Running a small business is a challenge, and this challenge may be even more difficult for members of the LGBTQ plus community. With 64% of LGBTQ owned businesses being younger than 10 years old, the Small Business Resource Network provides essential grants and specialized support to help these businesses thrive. Business owners Francis Roman and Catherine Partheniades joins me to discuss how the SBRN impacts the work they do. Thank you both so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Now, as I mentioned, you're both business owners. Can you tell me a little bit more about your business and how you both got your start?
I'll tell you a little bit about mine. My name is Francis. I'm the executive chef and owner of Cocotazo. We're a restaurant located in East Harlem. I started up out of my house, actually, just cooking meals out of my house, which led to me vending on the streets, became a street vendor, and now we have a brick and mortar located in East Harlem, specializing in Puerto Rican authentic cuisine.
It's amazing. And then can you tell me about your business?
Sure. It started in 2008 when I graduated and I couldn't get a job. So I decided to go down the route of personal training because it allowed me the flexibility to take care of my parents at the time. They're elderly and they needed a lot of appointments and whatnot for their health care. So I went down that route, and then, life happened, balancing elderly parents and work. I was never able to make my work a priority, but life happened, my parents passed, and I was finally able to start my business 110%, went to school for massage therapy, and things started rolling. Things were going in the right direction, and then of course 2020 happened, so we can only imagine what that was like. So then since 2020 I had to restart again, so this is ground zero for me again.
Now, as members of the LGBTQ plus community, we talked about, just how difficult, just running a business is hard. What has your experience been like running a business within the community?
For me, it's actually been pretty amazing. We're located in East Harlem, which has a very large Latino residency. And I feel like we're providing the neighborhood of what they've been lacking, which is that cultural cuisine. We provide a space for Latinos, specifically Puerto Ricans or LGBT members, to come in and be unapologetically themselves. So the community has been very welcoming to that. It's been pretty amazing to have everyone come in and kind of feel like home, because that's been the goal of it. And everyone in the community has actually helped us kind of stay afloat and kind of provide that daily inspiration for us to keep opening the restaurant every day.
That's amazing. And I love to hear like positive stories about that. So that's so amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And can you talk a little bit more about your experience as well?
I mean, for me, I'm very fortunate. I never really had any bad experiences. If anything, with massage, everyone tends to like it. So that's the good route. And I always felt like the community has been very helpful in helping me grow and network with me and for me. So it's been a good experience.
That's amazing. Now, we're here to talk also about the SBRN. Just with that being said, how has this organization and this program helped you on your journey? Because as you mentioned, running a business, regardless of any background, it is a struggle.
Absolutely.
Especially since we're now kind of post-COVID. I'm pretty sure that has probably impacted the work that you've done as well. So can you talk about your experience and your run-ins with SBRN?
For me personally, they've helped out a lot, more so with mentorship. They're more hands-on, so they've actually walked in our restaurant and have said, hey, we can offer these, we can offer this to you, which is a lot of times as a business owner, we're so focused on the day-to-day running of our business that we forget all the small things that can kind of help us get this moving. And when SBRN came into my restaurant, it was like, well, thank you, because I need someone to kind of take this off my plate and handle this, and they've been able to do that. So
I love that, and take it off your plate. It works with that.
It works. It's like, because especially with my website, me and my wife, we've been struggling to build it, and I'm a cook. I'm not a website builder, but they have people that do that. So that's amazing for me to like kind of hand that off and give them my idea and have them see them put that together, so I can focus on my food, on my actual business.
And with that being said, I also love to delve a little bit more in the open and online program. Can you tell me a little bit more about the program? And I understand that it helped you kind of get like a free website, which you mentioned is so important with any business, just being online. We're kind of in this era where everything is online. So can you tell me a little bit more about your experience within that program?
Well, it's just, again, more so of me just kind of not knowing what to do and having them guide me with that. And since like the internet, not just so having your website, but social media is so important for any small business. And for me personally, being in the kitchen, I don't have time to upload TikTok videos or Instagram videos, and they have people to do that. So it's been amazing to have a group of people kind of assist in an area that's so important for small business, whether it's the internet or social media. So I'm super thankful for them in handling all of that. And the videos that they create are more of a storytelling video, so it's super engaging and people love that. So it's super, in my opinion, helpful to the business itself and keeps the customers engaged, along with helping out the small business.
That's amazing. And then I'd love to hear from you. I know that, can you tell us a little bit more? I know you're like a little bit more new to SBRN, but
sure.
what has your experience been like?
Well, I just found out about them like 2 days ago, so
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely a baby, but I am also friends with Laura, who is like one of the main specialists of SBRN. And from her, I've learned about all these resources. So the great thing is they have legal resources, marketing, which is what you were talking about, which is super helpful because I'm a massage therapist, not a marketer or a digital creator. I'm trying though, but it's not my strong suit. So having all these resources has been super helpful for me in the future, so I can focus more on providing the best service for my clients with massage and personal training and not worry so much about like the behind the scenes. And I think that's something super important for small businesses to have, is to have access to all these amazing resources. And the best part is they get you started on a website and a logo complimentary. And that to me was like, absolutely, there's no way I can say no to this.
And just even like the idea of like needing a logo, like are these things that you thought, like when you decided you wanted to create a business, did you think like, oh yeah, we have to have a logo and we have to have a website and be on social media? Like, can you talk about your experience kind of like running into that?
Honestly, no. When I started my personal business, it was survival mode, to pay the bills and take care of my family. And then once I was able to make my business a priority, I wasn't sure what I was doing. Luckily, I connected with some of the most amazing clients and mentors. My mentor and friend Rachel, who owns Midtown Physical Therapy, she's the one who kind of set everything in motion for me to be where I am right now. She's the reason I met Laura and how I got to know SBRN. And it's one of those things that I feel that I'm very grateful to have in having all these resources at my fingertips and being able to kind of move forward and get on to the next path.
And I'd love to hear from both of you the importance of community when you're starting a business, because you may be the one with the amazing idea, or you may be the one at the stove or in the kitchen, or kind of doing the just leading the personal training. But as you mentioned, it was somebody who told you about this. So can you talk about the importance of community, especially if you're a creator or you have this amazing idea?
Community for me is everything, and it's the reason why I started my business, because with a good meal, you can meet someone new, have a great conversation, and that builds community. Getting to know each other, having that, just learning about each other. And I think at my restaurant, that's what people are doing, and it's just continuing to create that community. And I think in East Harlem too, it's really community based. Everyone really knows each other. Small businesses help each other out. So for me, it's super important. And as a business owner, if you're going to have a business in any community, you should pour in as much as you're taking out. And for me, and for Cocotazo, that's super important. And I make it a focus every day to let the community themselves know that we're not just here to serve food, but we're here to serve the community.
That's amazing. And I also, would love to know, what advice would you give to somebody who, because there's always going to be like new business owners or people with amazing ideas. What advice would you both give to somebody who's kind of just beginning this journey?
Stay focused. I've been in this business for 5.5 years now, and I have my goal, and that's the only thing I see. I truly stay focused on that, and constantly reminding myself of why I started this every day. Just don't lose sight of why you started it and stay focused on that finish line.
And what advice would you give to someone?
For me is to have patience. Everything will fall into place, and to never give up, because it's not going to be an easy ride, but it's going to be totally worth it. And that's how I kind of keep myself motivated to move forward in my business.
And Francis, do you know, you've been with SBRN a little bit longer. Do you know about any of the other resources they provide? And what else what else information would you give to somebody who's kind of new to them?
I would definitely say reach out to them, because also being a new business, you don't know, or you don't know where your resources are, and just having someone to go to say, hey, this is where I'm struggling. Do you know someone that's faced this, or can you help with guiding? They provide mentorship, which I think is super key to a new business. They also provide you with a list of grants that you can apply for, which is also key to any new business, whether you're getting a grant that they're just giving you or you have to pay it back. But they're providing you with that information, with those resources to help you move forward. So that's super important. If for anything, just call them and have them just ask any question, and I'm sure they'll find someone to help guide you in the right direction.
Now, lastly, can you just let everybody know where they can go to learn more about both of your businesses?
You can find me through mostly social media. So it's my name. It's Cat Partheniades, Parthenia, D as in David, E S as in Sam. And mostly Instagram is how I've been getting some new clientele, and that's been pretty helpful.
Well, we are Cocotazo, and we're located on 115th Street and Park Avenue in East Harlem. We are a restaurant, so feel free to come on down and have a seat. We're open Wednesday through Sunday, and yeah, it's a great place to come, so I would say come on down.
All right, that's amazing. And I want to thank you both so much for joining us and talking about your experience and, just how that journey has been for the both of you, especially as I mentioned, after COVID and just dealing with small business. I think those people are very brave to continue because there's a lot of road bumps. But, I appreciate you both, just joining us and talking about, what goes on in your community. So once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate that.
If you would like to learn more about the SBRN and how they can help with your business, please go to their website at nycsmallbusinessresourcenetwork.org. Stay tuned. We have more for you right after this.